Please now welcome to the stage your summit co-host and mine, Nastassia Arendse. Hello.
Hi, everyone. It's absolutely great to be with you. And the crowd is actually big. I was getting a sense of what the picture looks like, and I'm absolutely impressed. But what really makes me excited is to be in a room full of future-forward global citizens who really want to make an impact in the world and on the continent as well. And the great thing about it is that, I've been following the Singularity mission over some time, and it's absolutely inspiring to see some of the innovations that's happening all around us, including right here on the continent. And there's some really great, exciting stories, and some of the ones that I've come across that involve exponential technologies include one where 2 engineering students in Ghana have developed an app which is an alcohol detection and engine locking system, which is aimed at curbing drunk driving. And in the same place, there's an app called Go Pharma. So it's aimed at hacking the healthcare industry by basically linking experienced pharmacists with untrained medical staff in rural areas. So what this shows is that, there's a lot of innovation happening, but that's not all. Ethiopia has its first waste-to-energy plant, which is the first of its kind on the continent. And not too far from Ethiopia, a 24-year-old Ugandan student has devised a way for us to test for malaria without drawing blood. So if you're afraid of needles, this is probably one of the technologies that will be really helpful. But what I'm loving about these ideas is that everybody seems to think that Africa is in the background. We're not taking cognizant of the technologies happening. But what this shows is that we're not sitting by on the sidelines waiting for technology to happen upon us. Even though we have a lack of infrastructure, it's that very lack that is even allowing us to leapfrog in leaps and bounds, even far more than developed countries can expect of us. And now these stories that I've shared are just some of the most ambitious, imaginative minds on the continent, and there are others out there. You've surely seen various platforms where global leaders or even African leaders will talk about we need to create African solutions for African problems. What these young people are showing is that phrase, African solutions for African problems, isn't just a catchy phrase we've made up along the years. It's real, it's happening, and it's very important.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. This is a moment of tremendous opportunity and also tremendous responsibility for leaders. This is the time to ask hard questions and to question easy answers.
Right.
And so now a question for you. Of all of the speakers that we're going to have here, which are you the most excited to hear from? And you don't have to say me, but you can.
No pressure, right? So, okay, that's a bit tricky. So I've got 3. The first one would be, of course, Richard Browning, who is a pioneer in aeronautical engineering. He's going to be showcasing the potential of human flight downstairs in the main expo area. And then we've got Fred Swaneker, who's the World Economic Forum's young global leader. And he has an ambitious plan, which is to cultivate about 3 million African leaders by the year 2035. And I was doing the math backstage. So if you don't count 2018, because 2018 is already done, he's got about 16 years or so to get that ball rolling. So really keen to hear what he has to say. And of course, we do have Stacey Ferreira, who's going to be talking to us about the future of the professional in the gig economy.
Those are all really good choices, and you kind of sound like you've done your homework.
I have.
So you are probably the best person for me to ask, what else do we have actually on the program for today?
Awesome. So today's going to be structured according to 4 themes. You're going to look at exponential technology and the global grand challenges, robotics and artificial intelligence, and we'll also look at the future of healthcare, not forgetting, of course, exponential innovation and leadership. Each of these themes are going to be presented by experts and thought leaders from across the world and the continent. And ladies and gentlemen, I had the pleasure of interacting with some of our speakers last night, and these aren't people who just talk, by the way. They are changing the world every single day. Now, the initial sessions will give you an introduction into exponential technology. Will even familiarize you with some of the possible solutions for the global challenges before we even talk about technology's broken promise. And of course, we'll hear about innovation and disruption as well, and the art of it, which is also important. So last year, I noticed from backstage that there were people who have come back to join us. So if you thought that last year this conference was big, what we've done this year is that we didn't just step it up a notch. I mean, we've literally pushed the envelope. We are going to have a concurrent second track that's going to take place during the ad breaks, and you're more than welcome to visit it. During the first break, that track is going to have a talk on hacking humans, and we checked it out yesterday. It's kind of a bit of a silent disco element to it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. You're not just welcome to check out that second track, you are warmly encouraged, friends. This is for you, and I think you will be very interested to hear what Adam has to say about hacking humans. This is the future, and it is a complex and weird place. Speaking of places that are kind of complex, this second track, it is downstairs in the expo area, and the way that it's going to work is you'll be able to get a headset there, and we'll be streaming the audio from all of the second track speakers, so you can make your way around the expo area, you can grab coffee, you can sit and watch, or you can just listen as you're going about your business. So it's a pretty cool setup, I think.
So I'm going to put you on the spot here because you just did a while ago. So we mentioned that it's got a silent disco element, and we were backstage and then everybody was pulling in. There was a bit of rave music as you described it. And my friend here was giving off his age because he said the blue lights in the background and the sort of warehouse feel give him flashbacks of his party days. Was this in Texas?
I don't know that we agreed to this at all. It might have been in Texas, which is the place of my birth and upbringing before I moved to California and kind of got sucked into the vortex of opportunity and excitement around Silicon Valley.
Which is awesome. So throughout the 2 days, we'll all be getting to know each other, including some of our past experiences that you're more than welcome to share with me. Your secret is safe.
I thought you were going to ask me how old I am, and I was going to have to start talking about Aubrey de Grey and extreme longevity and all the things we're going to find out about extending human lifespan. So I'll save that for later.
Well, we'll get to that. So after the break, we'll have 3 sessions about artificial intelligence, robotics, virtual reality, and augmented reality. Now, during the lunch break, track 2 is going to have a pitch station where a lot of our SU expert judges are going to be selecting one talented South African startup to go to Singularity University in Silicon Valley, that is. And there you're going to have the opportunity to join the incubator program, which is an awesome opportunity. And you mentioned that to me over the weekend.
Yeah, it really is an incredible opportunity. And as Shane noted earlier today, SU Ventures has helped impact-focused startups secure hundreds of millions of dollars in funding, navigate every stage of growth, and scale exponentially. So they've built a really powerful ecosystem and community, and we're thrilled to have some more inputs coming in from South Africa for that. And you all will hear more about SU Ventures later on from Monique.
Okay, and then after the break, we're going to have sessions on longevity, digital biology, and we'll also be talking about the future of food. During the second tea break, the pitch station, the second track is going to have a fireside conversation with Alex Gladstein. He's from the Human Rights Foundation. And we're also going to have Gershi Karuri Sabina. She has many titles, but many of us know her from the role she plays at the South African Cities Network. Then we'll be talking about technology and how it can basically create governance and even improve governance in smart cities. And they'll be talking about how we can impact the economy and, of course, drive much needed job growth on the continent. And some of the other things we're going to be talking about is the future of the human potential. We'll talk about the leaders of tomorrow. And, of course, my person I'm looking out for, the World Economic Forum's global leader. He's going to be talking to us about exactly how he plans to cultivate those young African leaders. And then, of course, we're going to be talking about harnessing productivity. And the one thing that should be exciting, later tonight, we're going to have our networking dinner, which is full of some really nice surprises and awesome networking opportunities.
Nastassia, I know you made some connections out there.
Yes, I did, but I'm hoping that everybody's downloaded the app because, again, when you check in, you get points, and then you get to have a cup of coffee with any of the speakers that you like. Right now, Adam is a favorite. He seems to be, you're a favorite. Don't get me wrong, I liked your talk.
I'm just a guy. Adam, though.
Adam was great. I enjoyed his talk. I love the idea of being able to connect your brain to the internet and transmit all kinds of information and even get to know our brains a little better. However, I'm wondering if the next step is us being able to download information from the internet directly to our brains. And I know we're not there yet, but this technology would have been great when I was studying in high school and varsity to be able to get all of that information in my brain ready for my exam the next day.
You're excited about this?
Yes, I'm really excited about it.
All
but
right.
yes, I did make a friend. His name is Milo. You'll find him downstairs. He is a very expressive humanoid robot that basically teaches young people who have autism spectrum disorder to learn social skills. You'll find him downstairs, and he was quite friendly.